Hey there. How's everything been since we last talked? I'm doing all right, staying busy. Been talking with a lot of folks lately about life situations and, the things that we have to get through. Um, and I've been noticing some of our morale is a little low in some areas. Like, how are you doing with challenges, and are you feeling prepared or strengthened? How is your overall outlook lately? And those kinds of conversations led me to think about a really good question. And that is, how does a positive mindset play a role in overcoming adversity and transform our lives? I thought about it for a while, and then I remembered this story. Some of you know that I like to share thoughts and story. So here's a story about perspective, resiliency, transformation, and morale. Outlook. A young person felt overwhelmed by life's challenges and told their parent they wanted to give up. Everything felt hard and they were tired of struggling. Their parent took them into the kitchen and filled 3 pots with boiling water. They put them on the stove and let the water boil. In the first pot, they added some carrots. In the second pot, eggs. And in the last pot, ground coffee beans. They let them all boil without saying a word. After about 20 minutes, they turned off the heat. They took the carrots out of the pot and put them in a bowl. Then they removed the eggs and cracked one open to show that it had become hard-boiled. Finally, they poured the coffee into a bowl. "What do you see?" the parent asked. "Carrots, eggs, and coffee," their child replied. Their parent explained, "Each of these faces the same boiling water, but reacts differently. The carrot started out strong, but became soft. The egg was fragile at first, but became hard inside. The coffee bean changed the water around it. Which one do you think you are?" the parent asked. "When life gets tough, do you wilt like the carrot, harden like the egg, or change things for the better like the coffee bean?" Think about how you handle challenges. The happiest people don't have everything. They make the best out of what they have. Let's aim to be like the coffee bean. Yes, life is filled with different mindsets and feelings and thoughts. And so I wonder sometimes, how can I reframe some of the life experiences that I deal with? And some examples of reframing our mind thoughts are taking an unhelpful thought like "I'm a failure" and using a balanced perspective like "I'm facing a tough moment, but I can learn and grow from this experience." Or another unhealthy thought might be, "I always mess things up." Tell me, do you feel like this time to time? The balanced perspective would be, "Every mistake is a chance to learn, become better at what I do." Or another unhealthy thought, "My boss didn't like my presentation. I'm going to lose my job." A balanced perspective would be, "Feedback from my boss is a great opportunity to improve and shine in future presentations." And there are some basic steps that we can take when we are dealing with our own unhelpful thoughts and we're wanting to reframe them. So a way to practice it would be to spot that thought. Pay attention to those moments when you're thinking in an extreme, or looking for or imagining the worst case scenario. once we can spot this and identify it, we can name it to tame it, as they say at times. We can also check the thought. Ask yourself if the thought is based on fact or just feelings. And then look for some objective evidence to help clarify things. Third, I would say, we create a balanced perspective by shifting our thoughts from negative to something more realistic. Like, I'm feeling stressed, but I can handle it one step at a time. I won't go into those sayings of you don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Here's a fun technique for this that produces a positive outcome. Instead of catastrophizing the moment, take a moment to think about the possible outcomes. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could really happen? Seeing things as they are, not worse than they are, that's a big key. This helps you see that things are often more manageable than they seem. Use a balanced statement to back that up by acknowledging how you feel. I feel sad right now, and add a comforting thought. But this feeling won't last forever. The outcomes are based on these. By practicing cognitive restructuring, you can boost your mental health, lower stress and anxiety, build resilience, and break free from those pesky negative thought patterns. Remember, it's all about being kinder to yourself and finding a healthier way to think. So, my friend, I thought I'd just pop in really quickly and have this quick chat with you. If you're feeling lower morale these days because of choices, situations, circumstances, events, family, friends, interactions, I implore you to take a moment for yourself. Check what you're thinking. Check how it's making you feel. Because it's thoughts, emotions, and actions that usually dictate how we think, feel, and act in most situations. But our conclusions that we arrive at can be changed by a change in our thinking. Now you'll notice that I didn't say anything about affirmations or statements or incantations. It's not that I'm not a believer in these things, but I also look at things through a practical lens. And sometimes it isn't about saying, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Sometimes it's about actually examining that thought, that emotion, being with it, taking a breath, giving it space, giving yourself space and time. That leads to a happier conclusion. And like as always, my friends, be kind to yourself until I talk to you again. All my love.